Welcome to the American State Bank Sports Complex. Let me show you around. So right now we're in the spacious head house of the complex. On my left here we have the concession stand, and then on my right here we have a seating area, whether that's for students, spectators, or fans to come and enjoy before and in between games. This is the moment you've been waiting for. Welcome to the Dome. In the Dome, we have the space available for 2 full-size softball fields. However, this space is also utilized by the football, baseball, and soccer teams, as well as for other various athletic events. So the Dome has impacted the softball team in a variety of ways. First, we used to practice during the winter months over in the rec center, but the limited space availability never really allowed us to hit our full potential, whereas in here, we can fit 2 full-size softball fields. We're also able to start games much earlier in the season. We have a range of equipment available here at the Dome, whether it's the batting cages, the soccer goals, or even a field goal available for the football team. It's a huge opportunity to have the space available to practice in the off-season, especially for our outdoor athletic teams. Another great thing about the American State Bank Sports Complex is that it's not just for door athletes, it's for the entire community, whether that's high school soccer leagues, open turf time, or even a space for intramurals. The American State Bank Sports Complex will change not only how we practice as door athletes, but also how we interact with the community as a whole. Thanks for letting me take you on a little tour. Hope you stop by soon.
Today's Dordt Media Network broadcast, brought to you by Cruise & Cruise PC, Certified Public Accountants. Offices in Sioux Center and Lamars, helping you attain your financial goals is their commitment.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Snyder Insurance and Financial Group of Sioux Center, offering life, health, Medicare supplements, annuities, and more. Trusted service and exceptional products with you in mind since 1973. Today's broadcast brought to you by Joyner and Zwart Dentistry, providing implants, dentures, and dental care for your whole family in a modern and friendly atmosphere.
Welcome to Sioux Center, Iowa, life in the center of everything, where we connect with friends, coworkers, family, and the great outdoors, knowing that in Sioux Center, you're never far from making the next great memory. And we grow great companies that make cutting-edge breakthroughs to make life better here and around the world. And when it's time to play, we keep friendship, family, and a bright future at the center of everything.
Today's broadcast brought to you by the Van Engelen-Hoven Agency, your trusted independent insurance agency in Northwest Iowa. Contact the Van Engelen-Hoven Agency, Sioux Center Advisors, Mark Hulsoff, Lisa Dykstra, or Kyle Blankers. Today's broadcast brought to you by Sioux Concrete Construction, Rob Suen owner, excelling in flat work, poured walls, and decorative concrete projects, dedicated to providing customers with a good experience and quality workmanship. SiouxConcrete.com. Your whole family in a modern and friendly atmosphere.
Find furniture, mattresses, flooring, paint, and window treatments at your local Furniture Mart. They are family-owned and located in downtown Sioux Center.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Ski-Bout Window and Door, your local window experts. Whether you're building or replacing, Ski-Bout Window and Door has the products, people, and knowledge to get the job done right. See Ski-Bout and see the difference. Today's broadcast brought to you by Prairie Life Chiropractic, combining skill and expertise that spans the entire chiropractic, acupuncture, and physical health spectrum. They want you to move better and live better. Looking for top-notch rental equipment for your next project? Look no further than Rental, located in Sioux Center, Spencer, Storm Lake, and Sioux Falls. Rental, your regional equipment rental experts. Visit them online, rental.com, or call 712-722-3928. Today's broadcast brought to you by Flooring and Design in Sioux Center. Whether you are building a new home, remodeling your current home, or wanting to freshen up your decor, we can help make your home as unique as you. Stop in to see us at Flooring and Design.
German Farmers Mutual, protecting the farm and home since 1891. Northwest Iowa's local insurance partner. Online at GermanFarmers.com.
NewTek is your partner for success when purchasing equipment for construction, manufacturing, agriculture, and other industries. Don't miss the opportunity to transform your business and redefine your productivity standards with NewTek.
When you add up all the Wi-Fi connected devices in your home these days, you'll be surprised at how many there are and how much bandwidth they're using. Do the math. It just may add up to needing faster Wi-Fi. Premier Communications has you covered with reliable internet speeds up to 1 gig. Keep everything connected with Premier Communications. Visit us online at mypremieronline.com or call at 1-800-741-8351. Premier Communications, looking ahead.
And a pleasant good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Defenders Cross Country course. We are on the campus of Dordt University and site of the Holiday Inn Express Classic this morning. The women's 6K race will begin at 10 a.m., followed by the men's 8K at around 10:45 or thereabouts. This is the third meet overall for both the women and the men's teams, the third of 4 regular season competitions leading into the GPAC Championship, which will be on November 9, and then hopefully you go further than that to the NAI National Championship on November 22. So this is meet number 3 for both teams. The final regular season meet will be the Blazing Tiger NAI Classic coming up in 2 weeks at Mahoney State Park down in Nebraska near the Ashland area. That is sort of a preview for the GPAC Championship on November 9, which will take place at that same venue. Women's 6K race. This will be the first ever 6K race run by the women on our home course. And so a record will be set. We'll have the standard set for this home course, and the men, of course, will run their standard 8K. A busy weekend, as always, for Defender Athletics. It all got underway last night as the football team went to Yankton, South Dakota, and they beat Mount Marty under the lights. 35-17 was the final. The 5th-ranked Defender football team stays unbeaten, improving to 5-0 on the season with a 35-17 win over Mount Marty. Today's schedule: you have both cross-country races, and then at noon, both the women's and the men's swim teams will be in action down at the Spire Relays down in Kansas. After that, it is the volleyball team, the JV volleyball, followed by varsity volleyball down in Omaha against College of St. Mary. 1:30 and 3 p.m. are the start times there. And then our final home event is the women's soccer team will take on College of St. Mary. That is a 2 p.m. start time right back here, right near the Defenders home soccer complex. The nightcap, the men's soccer team will be down at Bellevue, 5th-ranked Bellevue, at 7:15 for a road match, and that is today's schedule. We'll take a look at the women's cross-country team, how their season has gone. We'll take a look at the competition also, but that's coming up next here on the Dordt Media Network.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Huber's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning of Orange City. Whether you're looking for repairs, replacement, or maintenance for your air conditioning or heating system, Huber's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning of Orange City will exceed your expectation.
The Greenhouse, located in Hall, Iowa, bringing you amazing coffee, energy drinks, breakfast, lunch, and so much more. A big city feel, only 10 minutes away from Sioux Center, with a second location opening soon in Sanborn.
The Hope Fund helps cover a myriad of situations that students find themselves in, most of them not self-inflicted. It could be the medical condition of a family member. It could be natural disasters. 100% of what's donated to that fund goes to students for real-world need. It gives Defender Nation an opportunity to come together and help students and their families who are in need. We get to participate in something that is so much bigger than ourselves.
See Proactive Physical Therapy and Sports Rehab when the aches and pains won't go away. Visit proactivephysicaltherapy.net when you want to get back to the activities you love.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Ployne Publishing, quality printing from design to delivery. Today's broadcast brought to you by 712 Realty, a team of realtors in Northwest Iowa with the drive, care, and results you need to buy or sell your home. Visit them online, 712realty.com, leading you home. Today's broadcast brought to you by Volink Enterprises Incorporated, building homes for families and businesses in Northwest Iowa since 1962. Let's work together to bring your vision into reality. Volink Enterprises Incorporated.
And today's live stream broadcast brought to you by Verhoof Automotive. Verhoof Automotive in Sioux Center is your local Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, and Buick dealer. Verhoof Automotive, worth the drive from anywhere.
Hi, this is Alex with Outdoor Elements. We've been the region's premier landscape company for over 15 years. With our own in-house landscape designer, we create extraordinary outdoor spaces where you will make memories with family and friends. We do all types of landscaping and we're the region's only certified pool professionals. We specialize in saltwater pools, which are easy to maintain and gentle on your skin. Check out our website at OutdoorElementsInc.com. We make your landscape as beautiful as your home. When you want the best, contact us at 712-476-5299 or email us at info@OutdoorElementsInc.com.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Snyder Insurance and Financial Group of Sioux Center, offering life, health, Medicare supplements, annuities, and more. Trusted service and exceptional products with you in mind since 1973. Looking for top-notch rental equipment for your next project? Look no further than Rental, located in Sioux Center, Spencer, Storm Lake, and Sioux Falls. Rental, your regional equipment rental experts. Visit them online, rental.com, or call 712-722-3928.
And welcome back to the Defenders Home Cross Country Course. This is the site of the Holiday Inn Express Classic. The women's 6K will begin at 10, followed by the men's race at around 10:45. Forgot to introduce the propers. Matt, the SID. I get to describe the action, the competition that's going before us here. We have Tyler, the program director, Tyler Vandermolen. Running the drone is the great Drew DeVries, and we have Parker and Noah out on the course with the cameras, getting the footage, and the Dordt Media Network dominating as always. Pleased to bring you cross country. Let's talk a little bit about the Dordt women's cross country team. They are ranked 8th in the current NAI coaches poll. They have been in that spot for 2 straight polls. They opened the season ranked 7th. They have fallen just 1 spot. This is their 3rd competition of the season. And prior to this one, they won the Sunflower Open handily, a perfect score of 15 points. 2 weeks later, they went down to Wayne, Nebraska, competing in the Wildcat Classic, and the Defenders won that one with a perfect score of 15. So a, quote, perfect season so far for the Dordt ladies, as they have dominated the competition so far this season. Head coach Nate Wolf returns for his 10th year with the Dordt Cross Country programs, assisted by Jesse Veenstra and Bethany Tenhaken. And Wolf, the reigning GPAC Coach of the Year. That is the 7th time he earned the league's top honor. This is a Defender team that, of course, has experienced a lot of success both in the GPAC and nationally. Last year, they won the GPAC title, 28 points. 7 Dordt runners finished among the top 15. They had the individual champion. The graduated Jessica Campman-Walzak was the GPAC champion, and Dordt has won 4 consecutive conference titles, all under the direction of their current head coach, Nate Wolf. They have won 6 of the last 7, 10 of the last 12. On a national stage, they've qualified for 12 straight national tournaments or national championships. They have finished among the top 10 8 times, including 4 straight years. So how this season is going, as I said, team-wise, they have won two team titles, 2 for 2, with a perfect score of 15 points. And this group is led by freshman Corinne Brown, who has just had an outstanding freshman year. She has won both races she has competed in, earning GPAC Runner of the Week both times. The Defenders' top 3 has not changed. It's been Brown, followed by Jessica Upfer, a junior, and then Isabella Webb. They have been the Defenders' top 3 runners in both races thus far. Also back, Molly Mulder. She's a 2-time national qualifier, 2-time all-conference. She is a junior. She's been in the top 10 once, 2 top 25 finishes this year. You also have Jenny Burtis. She's got a couple of top 10 finishes this season, as does Courtney Joyner, a junior from Orange City, Iowa, 2 top 10 finishes as well. And it is a roster that consists of 38 runners and just very talented, a very deep roster, 5 seniors, 7 juniors, 12 sophomores, and 14 freshmen. that tells you a little bit about how the Defender ladies are going. We're going to take another break, and we'll talk about the competition for today's women's race. We'll have that for you in a moment. You're watching Defender Cross Country, Dordt Media Network.
Hey Defender Nation, my name is Darren Kaiser and I'm excited to serve as the new athletic director at Dordt University. Thank you for tuning in to the Dordt Media Network and supporting Defender Athletics. As an athletic department, we are committed to the Defender way. This means we are committed to the Great Commission, developing servant leaders, the academic development of our student athletes, and the pursuit of championships. I'm eager to join with you in supporting our athletes this year. Thank you for watching Defender Athletics on the Dordt Media Network. Go Defenders!
NewTek is your partner for success when purchasing equipment for construction, manufacturing, agriculture, and other industries. Don't miss the opportunity to transform your business and redefine your productivity standards with NewTek. This broadcast brought to you by the Ullman Funeral Homes. Chad Ullman, Lori Ewell, and Taylor Van Witchell providing professional attention to every detail. Today's broadcast brought to you by M&H True Value of Rock Valley. Behind every project is True Value. Start right. Start here.
Premier Bank has always understood the value of family. We recognize that as your family grows, your banking needs change, and we're here to help you each step of the way. We'll create a customized plan for easier and better banking and support you in making the most of every dollar, today and always. Visit epremierbank.com or stop by any of the 5 Premier Bank locations in Iowa or South Dakota to partner with a bank who's ready to grow with you.
Today's broadcast brought to you by the Van Engelen-Hoven Agency, your trusted independent insurance agency in Northwest Iowa. Contact the Van Engelen-Hoven Agency, Sioux Center Advisors, Mark Hulsoff, Lisa Dykstra, or Kyle Blankers. Today's broadcast brought to you by Cruz & Cruz, PC, certified public accountants, offices in Sioux Center and Lamars. Helping you attain your financial goals is their commitment. Today's broadcast brought to you by Joyner & Zwart Dentistry, providing implants, dentures, and dental care for your whole family in a modern and friendly atmosphere.
At Dordt, we strive to build community from before you step foot on campus to years after you graduate. We want to give Dordt students the chance to live and learn together and create meaningful, lifelong relationships that are rooted in faith. Connect to others in purposeful relationships at Dordt University.
Today's broadcast brought to you by 712 Nutrition. Transform your health and wellness with 712 Nutrition. Stop in today for healthy, delicious protein shakes bundled with a supportive community. Start feeling your best today.
Welcome back to the Defender Cross Country course, site of the Dordt Holiday Inn Express Classic Women's 6K race. We'll start at 10 a.m. We'll continue with the pregame show, if you will. We talked about the Defenders and how their season is going. Let's talk about today's competition, some of the other teams that are competing. It's a bigger meet than the first meet that we hosted back in early September, the Sunflower Open. Today there are 13 women's teams scheduled to compete. 8 NAIA teams, 3 NCAA Division II teams, 1 junior club, 1 club team. And of those, we have several ranked teams. Benedictine comes in as ranked team, Concordia and Doane, and of course Dordt as well. So 4 ranked teams on the women's side. Just to highlight a few of the teams and how their season is going, Bellevue from the North Star Athletic Conference, along with Dakota State, also from that conference. Bellevue's competing. Madison Nelson, if she's running today, she's a good one. 2-time All-American, 3-time national qualifier. And she was the North Star individual champion last year. Bellevue, a pretty small roster, but it's a program that began in 2018, a relatively new program under head coach Craig Christians, the only coach in program history. Benedictine, the Ravens from the Heart of America Conference, another strong team. They're receiving votes in the national poll. Head coach Jacob Connolly, the 2023 Coach of the Year. They started the year ranked 21st. They were a national qualifier last year, and they're led by Julie McLaughlin, who is ranked 5th in that conference. Alexa Lamb also is a returner, as well as Catherine Aaron. Then you go to our first GPAC team, Concordia, receiving votes in the latest poll. Concordia under head coach Matt Beisel in his 9th season. Concordia receiving votes, and they have competed. This is their 4th meet of the year, and they're coming off a win at the Briarcliff Invite last time out, and they were a national qualifier. They placed 18th last year at the national. They were the GPAC runner-up, and are led by Hannah Beentema and Keegan Beisel. And those are 2 returning runners for them. Then you go to Dakota State under the direction of Anthony Dreeland in his 12th season. He is a member of the Dakota State Hall of Fame, a track standout in his day. This is their 4th meet. Augie Twilight, Sunflower, they competed here 4 weeks ago, and then they were at the Gans Creek Classic. Pretty good showing for Dakota State. They were picked to finish 2nd in the North Star Athletic Conference. Then you have another GPAC team, the Doane Tigers, under head coach Brad Jenny, and they're receiving votes. They have received votes all season long, and Doane led by Danny Perriott, who is ranked 6th, and Ashley McDonald, a junior, who is ranked 2nd fastest 5K time coming in, and this is their 3rd meet. They've competed at Augie and at Greeno. University of Minnesota Crookston, the Golden Eagles, one of 3 teams from the Northern Sun Conference, an NCAA Division II conference, joining Wayne State and Southwest Minnesota State. Head coach Steve Krause in his 6th year. Another relatively new program began in 2019. Northwestern College, another GPAC team under head coach Scott Barkey. 13th season with the Red Raiders, 6 top 5 finishes in the GPAC. Their best finish was back in 2017, a runner-up finish. They bring back 5 runners who competed at conference, led by Emma Haley, who is a senior from Alton, Iowa. She is ranked 19th in the GPAC. Southwest Minnesota State from the Northern Sun, head coach Kirk Nauman in his 6th season. And they were picked 12th in that conference. And then you also have Wayne State, another Northern Sun. They were picked 9th under head coach Marlon Brink, the longtime coach in his 25th season with Wayne State. Those are the teams competing. Start of the race moments away. We'll take a final break and have the start of the women's race right after this. Start of the race. Nice long downhill to start things. Again, this is the first 6K event for the women. They switched to a 6K last year. That is the official distance now. Earlier this year at the Sunflower Open, it was a 5K. So we don't have a record. The 5K record was 17:30, set last year by a USF runner, but we'll have a record holder today. It'll be 2 laps plus about a half of a lap around this course. They will do the short, smaller loop first. They're heading to the south. By the way, temperatures are around 50, 51. Sun is out. The wind, probably 10 to 12 miles per hour from the north. They are running with the wind right now. It is at their back, and they will finish with the wind as well. They'll be working against the wind on the uphill portions of this course. Live results, you can follow the live results. They're linked on our website. Also, they're on Dakota Timing as well. Up and running, I see. So all things are underway, working properly. Thank you for joining us for today's cross-country race, the Holiday Inn Express Classic. Dordt is the highest-ranked team amongst the field. Again, there are 13 teams scheduled to compete. 8 NAI teams, 3 teams from NCAA Division II, all from the Northern Sun Conference, Wayne State, Minnesota Crookston, and Southwest Minnesota State. You have Bellevue and Dakota State from the North Star. You have Benedictine from the Heart of America. You have a JUCO supposedly competing today, Sisseton-Wahpeton College. And then a club team called the Viking Distance Project is supposedly the field. Sometimes there are late scratches, so we don't know. So the athletes now are working back towards the north. They have made the turn, going against the wind now and slightly uphill. In terms of approximate time for these athletes, your lead runners around the 23-minute mark. That is when your leaders should be coming in. Runners along their East 1st Street, they're working to the west, and then you can see ahead of them they are turning back towards the north. And again, this is a pretty large meet. 13 teams, approximately 170 athletes or thereabouts. Working their way back towards the prairie here and toward the Defender soccer field. Dordt will host College of St. Mary in women's soccer. I can see we're located in the soccer press box facing the south, and I can see that the athletes are going across way now. They're working from west to east, doing that short loop. And there is a look at the lead pack. Looks to be the Defenders out in front. I see Corinne Brown. I see Jessica Upfer, Isabella Webb. Those have been the top 3 runners for Coach Nate Wolf's squad throughout. Bellevue, Madison Nelson, a very talented runner, if she is indeed running. Julia McLaughlin for Benedictine. Concordia, Hannah Bintema, Keegan Beisel. They're ranked 6th and 7th in the conference, respectively. Doane, a couple of young ladies, Ashley McDonald and Danny Perriott, ranked in the top 10 in 5K times. According to some of the sources I've looked at, they have not run a 6K, at least according to the athletic timing. So now the athletes will have 2 full laps left. They've completed that smaller pass. Now they're running with the wind again down that long straightaway to the start. Dordt 2 for 2 in wins this season. They have won both of their meets. They've been smaller meets. They won the Sunflower Open, and then 2 weeks later they went down to Wayne State and won the Wildcat Classic. A lot of these teams, this is their 3rd or maybe 4th meet. A lot of these teams ran in the Briar Cliff Invite. They also ran at the Gans Creek Classic, and that's important because that is where the NAI National Championship is. It's in Columbia, Missouri. It is a cross-country course. The University of Missouri uses that course as their home course. So it was a preview meet, and that was 2 weeks ago, the Gans Creek Classic, and a good number of these teams competed there and got their first exposure to a new course. Last couple of years, Nationals has been out in Washington, Fort Vancouver. It was in Tallahassee 2 seasons ago in Florida. This year it makes the trip to Columbia, Missouri, kind of a central location after being on each of the coasts. In terms of time, we're just over 6 minutes gone by in this women's 6K race. Great drone footage by the drone guy, Drew DeVries. He is one talented individual, as is the whole Dort Media Network crew. Parker and Noah, your camera ops. Tyler, the program director, and of course the fearless leader, Rich Lodewijk. Again, your first place people, they'll be crossing the finish line around 23 minutes, I suspect. They're right in the prairie. Athletes are turning. Coming from the south. They'll be making like a 90-degree turn briefly to the west and then back. In terms of time, 7.5 minutes gone by. Dort ranked 8th in the NAI coaches poll. Started the year ranked 7th. The conference meet will be in a couple of weeks at Mahoney State Park, and the Defenders will run at a preview meet next time they compete. That'll be in 2 weeks at Mahoney. I suspect that a lot of the GPAC teams will be there in a preview type meet. This is the women's 6K race. Results will probably start updating about 10 minutes in. Great drone footage there of, that's part of the pack right there. Again, about 180 runners, probably the front middle part of the pack, I suspect. 13 teams competing. Right now, if you look at nationally in the NAIA, your fastest 6K time is by a freshman from Taylor, Janie Halterman, just shy of 21 minutes. That's nationally. But if you look at the conference, the Great Plains Athletic Conference, Courtney Spohr, very talented junior runner from Morningside, has the fastest time. Corinne Brown from Dort is second. Spohr did that at the Briarcliff Invite, which is a notorious fast, possibly shorter course. And then you have Brown and then Jessica Upfer. And the College of St. Mary's freshman Kara Muller, and then Isabella Webb also in the top 5 for overall times this season on the 6K. Dort with 3 in the top 5. Hannah Tong is 8th. Molly Mulder is 10th, so 5 in the top 10. 10 minutes gone by in the women's 6K race. We'll get a shot of the leaders here pretty soon, I think. Working back towards campus. This is kind of on the back stretch. It is a tough uphill stretch. And today it's against the wind, which makes it even a little more difficult. I've run this course, so I know it fairly well. Certainly not as fast as these athletes. I don't know if what you say is what I call running, but it's kind of plodding along. But I do know the course. I've been on it several times. So now they're getting back towards closer to campus. They'll make a turn to the east here, and you will see the soccer field and the press box area, which is where we are stationed. And that'll take them past the start line, and from there it'll be one lap left. That's kind of where we're at in terms of this course. It's a beautiful course. I mean, the fall season just makes this course that much more awesome, if you will. The colors, the prairie, the contrasts of the very green soccer field coupled with the prairie and the flowers, the fall colors. So now we're almost at the soccer field. You can see the bleacher area and the press box area. That's where we're situated. I'd wave, but I don't even think Drew DeVries is that talented to get me. Hello. But anyway, that's where we're at. You can see the lead cart if you're watching the video stream. And there are your leaders. For the defenders, it looks like there are 3 Dordt runners. That is Corinne Brown, Jessica Upfer. We have a Doan runner up front as well. Unattached runner Christine Hanemichael. Isabella Webb is running 5th. It's Upfer with the lead, followed by Brown. And then Doan has a runner amongst the leaders. I'm going to project that it's Ashley McDonald. Danny Perriott is another one of their top runners. But it is Dordt and Doan. And from here, they'll have one lap left. 13 minutes gone by. Great shot, guys, of the lead pack. Brown and Upfer. They've gone 1-2 for the defenders in the previous 2 meets, running together and running well. Upfer is the junior. She's on the left. Brown, the freshman. Brown, a storied career running for Sioux Falls Christian. Upfer, a junior from Hartington, Nebraska. Went to Hartington Newcastle. She's a 2-time national qualifier. All conference honors. Another standout runner for the defenders. Stride for stride. There are your leaders. Upfer and Brown for the defenders. And now they will make the turn to the west. Doan right behind. And then Hanemichael unattached. And then Isabella Webb, a very good sophomore for the defenders. Sophomore from West Des Moines, Iowa. Went to Waukee High School. Outstanding high school career. Webb with a couple of top 10 finishes this year. 3 career top 25 finishes. So Dordt with 3 in the top 5, led by the duo of Brown and Upfer. Just shy of 15 minutes. Going to project that our lead runners about 7-8 minutes away from finishing. Men's 8K race will follow, roughly around 10:45. And a familiar course there. We've ran an 8K on the men's side a number of years in the same course, basically 3 loops. Women's soccer, once the conclusion of the men's race, the Dordt Media Network will regroup, and women's soccer is going to host College of St. Mary at 2 p.m. today. It's a big match for Coach Alex Durbin and the defenders. College of St. Mary and Dordt tied for second in the conference, 4-1-1 record. Big match today for the defenders. There's your leaders. Still running together. It's the Dordt duo of Corinne Brown and Jessica Upfer. And they are running back towards the soccer field. This is a short little uphill stretch, and now they'll turn, go downhill for a short time. Upfer and Brown make the turn, still with the lead. And a Doan runner in third. There's Hannah Michael, unattached, former Dordt defender. And then Isabella Webb running fifth. That was another Dordt runner running sixth. Looked like maybe Megan Courtright, the freshman from Cherokee. Molly Mulder, Hannah Tong, J.C. Burtis, all in the top 10. Dordt, a strong showing here once again. Dordt, as I said, 2 for 2 in wins on the season. They've won their previous 2 meets. Looking to win today. And then they'll head to a GPAC preview in 2 weeks. And it's 4 regular season meets. And then you run conference and then hopefully nationals. So just over halfway through the season. This is a shot at that turn, looking at the field. Several Dordt runners going by. Seventeen and a half minutes into this one. We're about 5 minutes away from our first runners crossing the finish line, running down the chute. It's a great finish line setup, newly constructed. Of course, we have the men's championship banner as well as they make that final turn into the finish line area. Dordt running well. 3 in the top 5, 5 in the top 7. Your GPAC teams, it's Concordia, Doan, Dordt, and Northwestern. Mount Marty on the women's side also is here. Annika Hook, junior for the defenders. She was just on the live stream coming by, making that turn back towards the south. And a look at your leader. Corinne Brown has opened up a little bit of a lead on her teammate Jessica Upfer. Dordt running 1-2. This is heading back towards campus. Arguably, probably the most challenging part of this course today, against the wind, uphill, and you're nearing the end, so you're feeling that as well. It is Corinne Brown, the freshman. Storied career at Sioux Falls Christian. Jessica Upfer, the junior, running well. Right there to the left, the men will actually do a small little loop. They'll go off to the left there. That is the one spot where the women will not race. The men's course just a little bit different. And there was that little extra arm on the loop. So Corinne Brown is your leader. I'm bad at projecting distances, but I would say it's probably just over 400 meters left. She's right behind the Dordt Chapel, approaching the soccer field. And this is the final stretch. Brown, Jessica Upfer, running a solid 1-2 right now. We're just over 20 minutes on the official time, recorded by Dakota Timing. And there is the drone shot of your leader, Corinne Brown, the freshman from Dordt, trying to win her 3rd meet of the season. Brown right now ranks 2nd in the GPAC behind Courtney Spohr of Morningside. Brown has got a 6K best 23:05. We'll see how that stacks up to today's time. Brown now right behind us here in the soccer press box, ready to make that final turn. Corinne Brown, your leader. Corinne Brown is your leader. Here's the final turn with the wind downhill. Sounds easy, right? I just wish it was. For them, it's easier. And here is Corinne Brown, your leader. Brown just moments away from winning her third meet as a freshman for the Defenders. Corinne Brown. And this is going to be an outstanding time. Again, keep in mind her fastest 6K, last time out 23:05 at a very tough Wildcat Classic course. Corinne Brown, the freshman, is going to win this for the Defenders. Here comes Jessica Upford. She's got a season best 23:05. Brown, 21:52, sub 22 for the winner, Brown. And here's Jessica Upford. She'll cross the finish line. Upford, 22:13, 3 seconds off of her career best. A Doane runner just crossed, followed by Isabella Webb for the Defenders. That was Danny Perriott from Doane, 22:22. Isabella Webb, J.C. Burtis go 4 and 5. So the Defenders with 4 in the top 5. Christine Hanemichael, Defender alum, in 6th. And here are your Dordt runners coming across. That was Hannah Tong, another freshman. Anna Grabowski from Minnesota Crookston with a nice race. Finished 8th. Jenny Burtis for Dordt, 10th. Catherine Aaron of Benedictine, 11th. Molly Mulder, Jada Kerner go 12th and 13th. Outstanding work today for Jada Kerner. Emma Haley, the first Northwestern runner to come by. She was 14th. Courtney Joyner for Dordt, 15th. Another Minnesota Crookston runner, Madison Hilliard, top 20 finish. Olivia Hoagland for Dordt, 17th. Keegan Beisel, the top Concordia runner, was 18th. Lindsey Ross from Dakota State, 19th. Jenna Hirsch from Dordt, 20th. As you see the finish line camera there, runners will continue to pour in. These are unofficial results. They'll turn official after a while. Again, Corinne Brown, the freshman from Dordt, wins it 21:52, a career best time. Jessica Upfer, a season best time, was second, 22:13. Followed by Doane's Danny Perriott, 22:22. And then Isabella Webb for Dordt, 22:26. And J.C. Burtis was fifth, 22:27. 4 defenders in the top 5. 6 in the top 10, Hannah Tong and Jenny Burtis. Then you have 2 more, Molly Mulder, Jada Kerner, Courtney Joyner, 3 more in the 15. So Dordt, a dominant effort again, and we will just let the camera do the work now and be on the finish line. Another finish line shot there. Again, the women's 6K race continues to conclude here. Get behind the finish line as the runner's coming by. It's a large field for both the women's and the men's. The largest race that the Defenders have competed in, that's for sure. Some more Dordt runners that have come in. Eden Sullivan, Abigail Roos, Jada Abrahamson, Cadence Dreesen. Coming in, those are the most recent finishers. Again, your winner, Corinne Brown, the freshman. Dordt right now winning the team title. These are unofficial, but right now with 20 points, 5 runners in the top 10. Make it 6. They even have one that doesn't count toward the team score. 1, 2, 4, 5, 8, 9 toward the team standing. So Dordt will win their 3rd meet of the season. 3 for 3, that's not bad. Benedictine is 2nd right now with 90 points. Doane 122. Concordia 4th with 128. Minnesota Crookston, the top NCAA Division II team, they are 5th unofficially now. Dakota State 7th, Northwestern 8th. But Dordt will win their 3rd straight meet to start the season. And Corinne Brown, the freshman, winning the individual title for the 3rd time. Jessica Upfer, the runner-up for the 3rd time. Danny Perriott, a very good race today for Doane. She was 3rd. Isabella Webb for Dordt, 4th. J.C. Burtis, 5th for the Defenders. 4 in the top 5. It's a recipe for success. We'll continue to have the finish line camera there. We'll get set for the men's race, which is coming up next, the men's 8K race coming up next.
We appreciate the mission of Dordt, but more importantly, the organization, the team of people at Dordt live out that mission every day.
Dordt University's Christian perspective is thoughtfully and authentically applied in all areas of life. Live your faith in every area of life at Dordt University.
Hi, this is Jennifer Jansen at Epic Realty. At Epic Realty, we take pride in providing professional real estate services with integrity and expertise. Give us a call or stop by our Sioux Center office and visit our website at epichomerealty.com.
Premier Bank is proud to support Dordt University. Visit epremierbank.com for locations and more information. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Defender Nation. My name is Darren Kaiser, and I'm excited to serve as the new athletic director at Dordt University. Thank you for tuning in to the Dordt Media Network and supporting Defender Athletics. As an athletic department, we are committed to the Defender way. This means we are committed to the Great Commission, developing servant leaders, the academic development of our student athletes, and the pursuit of championships. I'm eager to join with you in supporting our athletes this year. Thank you for watching Defender Athletics on the Dordt Media Network. Go Defenders!
Students are thinking about God's good design for creation, and I think we're really intentional about having students think about what does this mean for you as you serve them. Although we offer them a very rigorous set of courses and expectations in the academic sense of social work, we also teach as intentionally and as rigorously as other academic programs that have this fundamental and core foundation of who we are and why we're here.
Premier Bank has always understood the value of family. We recognize that as your family grows, your banking needs change, and we're here to help you each step of the way. We'll create a customized plan for easier and better banking and support you in making the most of every dollar, today and always. Visit epremierbank.com or stop by any of the 5 Premier Bank locations in Iowa or South Dakota to partner with a bank who's ready to grow with you.
And welcome back to the Defender Cross Country course. It is a great day to race, and the Defender women take the title in the 6K overwhelmingly. Defenders win it 20 points. 1, 2, 4, 5, and 8 are their scores and where they placed. Also had number 9 and number 11, and they were led by freshman Corinne Brown, who wins her 3rd title of the season, a time of 21:52, a career best. Jessica Upfer was 2nd for the Defenders, 22:13. Isabella Webb and J.C. Burtis also a top 5 finish for the Defenders. Hannah Tong for the Defenders, a 9th place finish, and Jenny Burtis, 10th place, followed by Jada Kerner, Molly Mulder, Courtney Joyner in the top 15 as well. Olivia Hoagland was 17th, Jenna Hirsch 20th for the Defenders. Outstanding race. We're going to switch gears. We'll turn the page. Let's go to the men and talk about the Defender men's team, if you will. Like the women, this is their 3rd competition of the season. Like the Defender women, the men have won both of their races so far, taking first at the first home meet, the Sunflower Open, and then winning the Wildcat Classic 2 weeks ago down in Wayne, Nebraska, winning them convincingly as well. The men, a tremendous run under head coach Nate Wolf. They have won 6 straight conference titles, starting with the 2018 season, and they have won 5 after that as well, for a total of 6 straight. And not only that, but they have won a national title. They won the 2022 NEI National Championship, and they have qualified for the national tournament or national championship 26 times, and they finished in the top 10 3 straight years, an 8th place finish last year. This is a Dordt roster, 38 runners, 6 seniors, 9 juniors, 9 sophomores, and 14 freshmen. And they will have 2 more meets after this. 1 more regular season meet, the Blazing Tiger NEI Classic at Mahoney, coming up in 2 weeks. And then that is a preview of the upcoming GPAC Championship. And, of course, we hope for a trip to the NEI Championship on November 22. Nate Wolf coaches the men as well. Jesse Veenstra and Bethany Tenhaken are the assistants. On the men's side individually, led by Aiden Vorster, he's been the Defenders' top runner, the reigning GPAC champion, 2-time national qualifier. He's got a 4th place finish and a 2nd place finish this season. Also, Tage Holstein, a junior. He's got a couple of top 10 finishes this season. Luke Swanson did not run last time out, but he had an outstanding race here on the home course first time, a 5th place finish there. Levi Landman, Sam May, Trace Obink had a great race last time out at the Wildcat Classic. Of course, the Defenders have been a little short-handed Running without Ethan Summerhays, a returning All-American, and also Craig Becker has not raced yet this year. He's a returner, national qualifier, all-conference runner. Hunter Shanks is a transfer from Dakota Wesleyan. He's done a nice job. Truman Johnson, a freshman who has made an impact as well. Overall, on the men's side of things, there are 12 teams competing. There are 7 teams from the NAIA, 3 NCAA Division II schools, same three, Minnesota Crookston, Southwest Minnesota State, and Wayne State. We have the Vikings Distant Project, a club team, and 1 JUCO team in Sisseton-Wahpeton College. Those are the teams competing. We're going to take our final break, and then we'll talk a little bit more about the teams competing against the Defenders today and who's in the field, and then we'll have the start of the race. It's coming up next on the Dordt Media Network.
Homegrown. Community. Family.
Innovators.
Growth.
Faith.
Legacy.
We are dedicated to ag.
The Hope Fund helps cover a myriad of situations that students find themselves in, most of them not self-inflicted. It could be the medical condition of a family member. It could be natural disasters. 100% of what's donated to that fund goes to students for real-world need. It gives Defender Nation an opportunity to come together and help students and their families who are in need. We get to participate in something that is so much bigger than ourselves.
Today's Dordt Media Network livestream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University. Thanks for watching.
We appreciate the mission of Dordt, but more importantly, the organization, the team of people at Dordt live out that mission every day.
Dordt University's Christian perspective is thoughtfully and authentically applied in all areas of life. Live your faith in every area of life at Dordt University.
And welcome back to the Defender Cross Country course, a beautiful fall Saturday on the campus of Dordt University. And this is our second go-around of hosting a cross-country race this fall. And this is the Holiday Inn Express Classic. Dordt Media Network providing the video stream. Let's give them a shout-out again. Tyler Vandermolen, the director. You got Drew DeVries on the drone, Parker and Noah on the camera. And I am at the SID. I get to be the voice of this race, if you will. Women's 6K final. Dordt won it, going away overwhelmingly, and finished 1-2 individually as well. Corinne Brown and Jessica Upfer. Let's talk about the men. We gave you a Dordt preview, how their season has gone. Let's introduce the competition. And it's many of the same teams as on the women's side. Bellevue from the North Star. Richard Marcoux was a national qualifier last year, first team all-conference. And Colin Coates is also back for the Bruins, part of the North Star. They were third in the conference meet last year, and this is their fourth meet. Last competed at the Gans Classic, the NAI preview, where they finished 12th out of 15 NAI teams. So keep an eye on Richard Marcoux, a national qualifier. Then you turn to Benedictine, the Ravens, a team that's receiving votes in the latest poll. Also received votes in the preseason poll. This is their fourth meet. They won the Grandview Invite 4 weeks ago, competed at the Gans Classic down at Columbia, Missouri. They're led by Thomas Campbell and Sebastian Michael. Jacob Connolly is their head coach. He was named director of track and field and cross country last fall. Fun fact about Coach Connolly, former All-American in the multi at Benedictine. Concordia, one of the GPAC teams in the field. The Concordia men receiving votes in the national poll under head coach Matt Beisel in his 9th season, and he's excited about this group. They have had a very good year competing at Augie, at the Greeno meet, winning the Briarcliff Invite. They have a very good freshman, Vaughn Hendrickson. He was the individual winner at Briarcliff. He's been named the GPAC Runner of the Week twice already this fall. Very good freshman, Vaughn Hendrickson. And of the athletes running today, he has the fastest 8K time amongst the GPAC, 25:26. His teammate, Trey Robertson, has the 4th fastest, so keep an eye on him as well. Dakota State, under the direction of Anthony Dreeland, is also back. They're led by Dakota Wesleyan transfer Caleb Saylor, who has the fastest time in the North Star Athletic Association in terms of 8K. He is a 2-time North Star Runner of the Week. He earned that honor for his performances at the Sunflower Open here on campus and at the Gans Classic 2 weeks ago. You go to Doane under head coach Brad Jenny, a team that is highly ranked, just like the Defenders. And they have 2 returning All-Americans, Nelson Rudo. He was 35th at the national meet last year, and Emmanuel Yego. He was 22nd at the national meet. And this is a very, very good Doane team. They've had a couple of top 5 finishes so far. A 5th-place finish at Augie, a 5th-place finish at Greeno. They were picked to finish 2nd in the GPAC, and they returned 8 of their top 10 runners from last year. A team that finished 15th overall at the national championship. And you have Dordt, of course. Let's go to Minnesota Crookston, the Golden Eagles, under head coach Stephen Krause. Like the women's team, it's a men's program that started in 2019. They were picked 12th in the Northern Sun Intercollegiate Conference preseason poll. Northwestern under head coach Scott Barkey, another GPAC team. Barkey in his 13th season. Northwestern's men competing for the 5th time. They were at Augie, at Dordt, at Griach, last time out at Briarcliff, where they finished 7th of 8. This is their 5th meet, and they've been led by Ben Vandenberg, a junior from Brandon, South Dakota, and a freshman, Alec McAlvery from Polk City, Iowa. Southwest Minnesota State, another team from the Northern Sun Intercollegiate Conference. This is their 4th meet of the year. They were picked 13th in the preseason poll. Keep an eye on for Seth Torgerson, sophomore from Lake Park. He is their top runner, as well as freshman Carter Schwalbe. And finally, Wayne State, under the direction of Marlon Brink. Wayne State, the Wildcats, picked 11th in their preseason poll from the Northern Sun, and they lost 4 of their top 7 runners, led by Quentin Dreyer, a junior from Manning, Iowa. Gun is up, and here we go, the start of the men's 8K race. As you see it on the screen, the record on this course held by Dordt defender Joe Anderson back in 2022, 24:19 is the 8K record on this course. In terms of the course itself, the men will have 3 full laps to do for the 8K. And again, this is the long downhill stretch with the wind today. They're heading south. The wind is from the north. And you're feeling great at this point. And there's the field of runners. Looking at the size of the women's field. Unofficially, it looks like around 100. You never know until those start lists. There are always late scratches. So this is the men's 8K race. In terms of time, I suspect that the runners will come in around the 25-minute mark. You look at the GPAC, a Midland runner has the fastest 8K time so far, 25:21. Lucas Hortjar, a sophomore. Logan Ferrari of Mount Marty, we've seen him run a couple of times. He's seated second overall in the conference, 25:23. And then you have the Concordia duo of Vaughn Hendrickson and Trey Robertson. Aiden Vorster's the top Dort guy. He's currently fifth in the conference, followed by Luke Swanson and Tage Holstein. Then you have two Doane runners, Porter Bickley and Thomas Oliver. That is the updated 8K performance list, if you will. The source of that is Athletic Net. Tiefers as well. So now the men made the turn back to the north, running against the wind and a slightly uphill. This is lap number 1 of this men's 8K race. The Defender men trying to win their third meet of the season. Competition will be tough today. Benedictine, Doane, Concordia, all teams that are ranked or receiving votes nationally. Dakota State, also a very talented team as well, out of the North Star. Dakota State, a powerhouse in the North Star. They had won 5 straight conference titles. Last year they were beat by Dickinson State by just 1 point, but they're looking to win the North Star. Looks like a Doane athlete is out front, followed by a couple of Dort runners, but it is Doane out front wearing the orange jersey. Then you have 3 Dort guys. Aiden Vorster, Craig Becker. Did not get to see who the third one was. Never know. I have sources that are spread out around the country who are watching, and maybe they can text me if they saw who it was, but I missed the face. But Doane out in front, followed by 3 Dort guys, and then I think Doane's in 5th too. So it's, right now it's a battle of Doane and Dort. Doane with those 2 returning All-Americans. In Nelson Rudo, Emmanuel Yego. Thomas Oliver also returns. He was an all-conference runner under head coach Brad Jenny. Jenny, a longtime coach. He's been there since 2002 as the head coach. Also, he was the assistant 3 years prior, so Coach Jenny's been part of that Doane program. Such a strong program when you look at cross-country and track and field. Going down there to compete in indoor track and field, you see all those banners. It's pretty impressive what Coach Jenny and his colleagues have done with that program. There are your leaders. Looks like Doane running very well. Doane running out front. Just over 5 minutes gone by on the men's side. This is that uphill stretch. They'll make a turn to the left right up here. That is the part that the women did not run. It's just a small little left arm, if you will, to this course. And here it comes right here. Dort's been short-handed. They have not run full strength this season. Trying to manage some miles, some injuries. Just over 6 minutes have gone by on the men's side. This is meet number 3 for the men. And again, most of these teams, and looking at it, This will either be competition number 3 or their 4th, or in some cases, some teams, this is their 5th competition of the season. Most of these teams will have one more before their respective conference championships. And then, of course, hoping for a trip to nationals, whether it's the NAI or NCAA Division II. And there's a look at the lead group. Probably about 20 runners in that front lead pack right now, and that's going to spread out as we go. But right now, a pack of 20. And mixed in there, got a couple of defenders in there, Aiden Vorster, Tage Holstein. Have some Doane guys. Concordia also in there with the blue jerseys. I see Dakota State jersey. Probably Sailor from Dakota State. So that lead pack close to completing the first lap. And they will have 2 more laps to go. Just under 8 minutes gone by. And it is a Dordt runner who takes over the lead right now. Looks to be Luke Swanson. As they come down the part where they start. This is where the starting line sits. You can see on the drone there the finish line chute. They would go down that if this were the 3rd and final lap. Great shot of how large this field is. It's a beautiful day. Good fan support, of course, as always. Soccer field is behind the runners there. Big soccer match today at 2 p.m. for the women and head coach Alex Durbin, a 2 p.m. start time. They'll take on College of St. Mary. The young phenom Josh Tatton will have the call. Defender swim teams in action down at the Spire Relays down in Kansas. That is hosted by St. Mary of Kansas, not to be confused with College of St. Mary. Volleyball team down in Omaha. They will take on College of St. Mary, the Flames. JV at 1:30, varsity at 3. That's a big match for head coach Jackie Smith and the defenders, who are having a solid year, right in the thick of it. This is a big conference matchup for them. Only time they'll see the Flames, so it's an important one. And then tonight, Defender men's soccer program taking on number 5 Bellevue down in the Omaha area. That's a 7:15 start time. All of the live stats and watch links linked to godort.com. Your leader looks to be Luke Swanson for the defenders. Aiden Vorster for the defenders up there. Tage Holstein. That lead pack is now shrunk to about 12. And Swanson is your leader, followed by a couple of Doane runners. Dakota State running 4th, Vorster in 5th. The purple jersey is Bellevue. But that is your lead group right now, down to about 12. Just over 10 minutes gone by. On the men's side, this is lap number 2 of 3 for the men. And now they made the turn. This is the one of the first of 2 brutal uphill stretches on this course. This is the shorter one. The second one much longer, and today they get a battle of the wind on this stretch as well. That's Luke Swanson for the defenders with the lead. He took over the lead kind of at the end of the first lap. Swanson, the junior from Greenfield, Minnesota, comes in with the 6th fastest time in the G-Pack. He missed last competition down at Wayne State. He ran very well at the Sunflower Open, the first meet of the year. Right now he has the lead. He was the defender's second runner in the Sunflower Open. Top 5 finish, of course. And there's the Prairie shot. Shout out to Parker and Noah doing the camera work out on the site. The great Drew DeVries running the drone. Tyler Vandermolen, the program director. And Rich Lodewijk, the fearless leader. Doing a great job with the video streaming work. Again, your field, 12 men's teams. I suspect it's just over 100 runners. 7 NAI teams, 3 NCAA Division II teams, all from the Northern Sun. A club team and 1 JUCO team scheduled to compete. Now that changes throughout the week. I got the list midweek, but you just never know. There's a look at the Prairie shot about maybe midway through the second lap. We are 12 and a half minutes into this men's race. I suspect that your lead runners around the 25 and a half minute mark will come across the finish line. As you can tell from the video stream, sunny day. Starting to warm up as well. Women's race temperatures were, around 50, I suppose? Slightly warmer, getting to be around 60 with the sun. Close to being noon in terms of time. And there's your lead pack again, coming back towards campus. Doan and Dort out front, fighting that uphill stretch. Looks like a Doan, a Concordia, and 2 defenders, maybe a Bellevue in 5th place. But your lead group, lead is fluctuated between that Doan individual and the defender runners with Swanson and now Aiden Vorster up there. Unofficially, it looked like 4 defenders were in the top 10. Tage Holstein, maybe Truman Johnson, the freshman. I'm not sure who the 4th defender was. About 3/4 of the way through that second lap for the men. They will have 1 lap to go in this men's 8,000 meter. Top time in the GPAC coming into today, a Midland runner, Lucas Hortger, 25:21. Logan Ferrari from Mount Marty, who is not competing here today. Lucas is not from Midland either. Top GPAC runner to date is that freshman Vaughn Hendrickson from Concordia. He's running today. 2-time GPAC runner of the week. He is in the field, so we'll see how this unfolds. And your lead group. Front group of 4. Then there's 4 more right behind. Aiden Vorster for the defenders, along with Doan. And I suspect that's Concordia. Looks to be Hendrickson. That is your lead threesome right now. Aiden Vorster, the senior from Chino Hills, California, 2-time All-Conference. He was the GPAC champion last year for the defenders. He's got a pair of top 5 finishes this season, a 4th place showing, and he was the runner-up at the Wildcat Invite 2 weeks ago. And he is running well. He's leading the pack, albeit a very small lead over Doan. So Vorster will make the turn, head to the south with the wind down the hill for the final time to start the final lap. 16:21 is the clock time, unofficially, of course. One more lap to go for your lead runners. Dordt, Doane, and I'm going to say Concordia. It's speculation because I don't see their numbers. So it's hard to identify sometime. I just go by time and who I know some of the top runners for the teams are. There are always surprises. I get that. That's why it's speculation. Just over 17 minutes gone by. Runners are either on or just starting their final lap. The Defender women earlier today, winners in the 6K. Corinne Brown and Jessica Upfer, another 1-2 finish for the Defenders. Danny Perry out of Doane was third. For Dordt, they had two more in the top five with Isabella Webb and J.C. Burtis. That trio of Brown, Upfer, and Webb, they have led the Defenders in now 3 meets. Burtis has also been up there for the Defenders. Just shy of 18 minutes gone by. Within 7 minutes probably of our first runners crossing the finish line. Last night for you Defender fans, Dordt football stays unbeaten. 35-17 win, a Friday night game under the lights in Yankton against a very admirable opponent, Mount Marty, 35-17. It wasn't easy, but the Defenders under head coach Joel Penner got it done. I'd be lying to say if I didn't get nervous at times watching it, covering it. But the Defenders took care of business. Just shy of 19 minutes now. Your leader is Aiden Vorster on the screen there, working uphill back towards the soccer field. Vorster has opened up, a 15-meter lead. Doane running in second. That is Aiden Vorster, the senior for the Defenders, reigning GPAC champion, 2-time national qualifier with the lead. He is your third different men's runner to have the lead. Doane was in the lead early. Luke Swanson took a turn for a while. He was in the lead for the Defenders. A couple of Dordt runners just went by. That's the camera out in the prairie. Stationary camera doing a great job of getting us some footage there. And this is a beautiful course, well maintained. They roll it to make it as flat as possible. We have been blessed with great weather. Probably, honestly, a little warm for the runners. I know that I enjoy it a little on the warm side, as does my lovely wife, who is following this from home, I'm sure, from Orange City. Shout out to you, Terry. Just over 20 minutes. We should have a winner come by in about 5. Dordt trying to win their third meet of the season, stay perfect on the season. They're 2 for 2 in team wins. Best individual finish, Aiden Vorster was the runner-up a couple weeks ago down at Wayne State. He was your leader moments ago, heading up back into the prairie. Great footage there. Vantage point of the entire course. Looking to the north towards campus, you can see the soccer fields, the game field and the practice field. The path right there in the middle of your screen, that is where a lot of the runners are right now. Switch back to the prairie shot. Runners continue to battle. As they make that turn back towards the south with the wind. They just completed an uphill stretch there on that prairie camera. In terms of your distance left, they probably will have about just over a mile left from this point to the finish. Well, under a mile actually. Just over 22 minutes, and I project that the first runners will come by 25 and a half minutes or so, so we're not too far away from the finish here. 4 ranked teams: Dordt, Doane, Concordia, Benedictine. Some of your top teams competing on the men's side today. And there is your leader. It is Aiden Vorster for the defenders coming back towards campus, and he has opened up a substantial lead. While our drone was not on that lead group, Vorster went to work, and he has opened up a substantial lead right now. Aiden Vorster, the defender senior, with a lead and running well from Chino Hills, California. Prepped at Ontario Christian. Vorster running back towards the soccer field. He'll go to the east here, make a turn to the south, and that's the finish line shoot. That's what he's got left. Sounds easy. I'm sure he would argue it's not that easy. Probably a quarter mile left. And those of you who have run on this course before, you're probably laughing at my distance speculation. I am terrible at guessing the distance, but that's my best estimation. Vorster running right behind the press box area, still running well. He's moments away from the turn to the south down the finish line chute. And if he can hold on, he will be your individual winner. Vorster this season, 25:30 is his best time of the season. 24:40 is his career best. Vorster running well. Aiden Vorster is going to be your individual champion. Vorster coming into the drone shot there, moments away, and Aiden Vorster will win the home meet. A season best time for Vorster. Battle for second. Looked like Concordia. Craig Becker running well for the defenders. Thomas Oliver, Vaughn Hendrickson. Oliver from Doane, Hendrickson from Concordia, Becker from Dordt fourth. Vorster's winning time, 24:49. Craig Becker in his season debut, 24:59. Trey Robertson, another Concordia runner, was fifth. Nelson Rudo from Doane, he led for portions of the race. Tage Holstein from Dordt. Richard Marcoux of Bellevue, top 10 finish. There's Luke Swanson coming in. Dordt with 3 in the top, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the top 10. Doane with 3 in the top 10 as well. Josiah Wittenberg with a great race for the defenders in 13th place. Truman Johnson right behind in 15th. As the runners coming in. Aiden Vorster for the defenders, your individual champion. Now it's a battle for the team standings. That's going to play out eventually here. We'll just speculate for the time being. Levi Landman, another good race for the defenders, 24th place. Trace Obink, 26th. First Northwestern runner, Ben Vandenberg, 23rd place, just shy of the 26-minute mark. And your runners continue to come by the finish line area. There's Caden Van Weidengarten on the screen for the defenders. Turns down the finish line chute. Justin Cruz, Jonathan Breams, Taven Schroeder. All defender runners that I see that are close to finishing. There's been Weingarten finishing for the defenders. Cruz, Breams, Schroeder, all now finished. In terms of your time, we're 27.5 minutes. We're going to let the camera do the work while we process the results, and we want to have them official before we sign off. So just enjoy the footage provided by the Dordt Media Network. Back at the Defender Cross Country course, the men's runners continue to finish. A men's race won by senior Aiden Vorster for Dordt University, a time of 24:49. That is a season best for Aiden and 9 seconds shy of a career best. Thomas Oliver for Doane was second. Vaughn Hendrickson, the very good freshman from Concordia, was third. Craig Becker, in his season debut, was fourth. 24:59. Trey Robertson, another Concordia runner. That's a talented duo for the Bulldogs, was fifth. Followed by Nelson Rudo of Doane. Tage Holstein for the Defenders was third. Richard Marcoux of Bellevue was eighth. Luke Swanson was ninth. Porter Bickley, another Doane runner, rounds out the top 10. In terms of the team standings, pretty close in terms of the team standings. Again, this is not final or official, but right now Dordt is your leader with 34 points. Doane a close second at 56. Concordia a close third with 83. Bellevue, Benedictine, fourth and fifth. Good showing by the GPAC. Northwestern in sixth. But three GPAC teams, 1, 2, and 3, pretty close in the team standings. If that Dordt team score on the men's side holds up, the Defenders will sweep today. The women winners, individual champion was Corinne Brown, and on the men's side, Aiden Vorster wins the individual title. Still waiting to confirm that the Dordt men win it, but it looks like they will with 34 points. That would be a nice sweep on a pretty large meet, a competitive meet for both the women and the men. Good showing by the Defenders once again. Men's side, 168 finishers so far. Is the field. One more shot of the finish line area. You can see all the runners and how well this event is attended. Great fan support for the Defender cross-country programs. Shout out to the Dordt Media Network again. Tyler Vandermolen, the program director. Rich Lodewijk, the leader. Parker and Noah, on-site cameras out in the field. And, of course, Drew, the drone operator. DeVries, Films and Productions. Does such an outstanding job. Runners still coming by and finishing for the men's race. It's going to be a continued busy day for Defender Athletics. We're going to switch gears eventually in women's soccer, a 2 p.m. start time back here at the soccer field as Coach Alex Durbin and the Defender ladies, a big matchup against College of St. Mary, and that is a 2 p.m. start time. And there is the drone footage. Waving to the drone. Hello, drone. You do an outstanding job. There you go. Right there. I salute you with a Mountain Dew. Great job by Drew and the drone and the Dordt Media Network crew. Awesome stuff. The Defenders a clean sweep, both the team title, individual titles as well. Up next here on campus, women's soccer at 2 p.m. College of St. Mary, a big matchup for the Defenders and Coach Durbin. Volleyball on the road at College of St. Mary, 1:30 and 3 o'clock start times. Men's soccer also tonight against 5th-ranked Bellevue. And don't forget about the swim teams. They're in action at the Spire Relays starting around noon down in Kansas. It's going to wrap it up for the production of this cross-country race. The Defenders win, and they also win the individual titles. Corinne Brown, your women's champion, and Aiden Vorster, your men's champion. This is Matt, the SID, for the Dordt Media Network.